Hey folks, Brian, we got to play RQG tonight. I was running a bit late. I had a church function that I was at. But we actually ran over. During the live play, it's in the description, there's two of them. Because they discussed, last time we couldn't hear your voice. And so I had to mess with the audio of my screen capture. And was able to get it back around to what it should be, but the first one was like 39 minutes long. You can't hear me, but you can hear them. The rest of the game you can hear me. So I double checked the last game we had to see where we were, because I thought we had killed everybody, but one of the characters, one of the NPCs, the bad guys on the Owlbear Rodeo was unmarked. But in looking through, yeah, everybody was killed. But there were two factors kind of still hanging, dealing with the bad guys. So, as the party went around searching and dispatching people, Restra dispatched one, and his ghost came out and attacked her. Miriam did distraction, so it attacked her, and they took care of it. Then, Davin attacked it with his sword, which has that sorcery spell, something hands, was doing an extra 2d6 damage or something, so that just took the spirit out. Because all the damage is magic points, because the magical damage is magical damage. Then Harasha continues on, kills another one, and it explodes, doing 10 points of general hit point damage to her. They did find three, she survived that, by the way. They did find three unusual objects, an amulet shaped like a skull, another amulet shaped like a horned animal head, and another one was a lead insect. First I was going to do a shield. Probably should have stuck with the shield, but no, a lead shield medallion kind of thing. They're spirit magic spell makers, so you hold it, hey, I can cast a spell now, that kind of thing. One's detect copper. That's right, it was a snake head. Instead of the horned animal, I changed it to a snake head because it's detect copper. And detect undead. And the other one was dispel magic one. So it's something, right? And Miriam sent her fetch through the door, see what's on their side. 3 beings there, powers are all within her range. And then, searching the room, all that stuff, all their spirit magic ran out, and which included the visibility on the fetch. So the fetch went back to the spirit world, and I think that's when she had asked about, are there spirits around? And yeah, there's some. No, because after they open the door, 3 guys there, they move forward to attack. When they move forward, that first melee round. No, it says that there's disease spirits here. So there's these disease spirits that all manifest during that first melee round after they kick open the door. After they manifest, Miriam asks again, hey, are there spirits down there? Yeah, there's some disease spirits some spirits down here, but they're a little further away. But everybody's engaged in spirit combat, or gets engaged. They all manifest the first round. The second round, engage in spirit combat. They got to make concentration rolls. They want to continue to fight, or cast spells, or do whatever. So there's a little discussion about concentration rolls. Okay, are you going to focus on your spirit combat and then use concentration rolls to continue to try to fight and defend and that kind of stuff? A little kind of quirky at first, but after people got used to it, it was easy. So combat really slow, because there's combat going on. Strike ranks 2, 5, 6, 7, and then all the spirit combat on 12. But pretty much because everybody's tied up with the spirit combat, It's just Arestra and Daven attacking the two sword shield guys and the spear guy in the back, defending the door kind of thing. Eventually, Arestra got, and they've got dispel magic too on this protection circle of protection, and one of the guys that got demoralized, he's throwing demoralize after demoralize after demoralize, and first time it took the demoralize and the dispel magic canceled, so it fell down. Then he's casting it against Arestra, and it took him like 3 times before she finally missed her saving throw. Because I have my players make the dice rolls rather than me attacking them with spells. They defend against the spells. I just reversed the power versus power table. The opposed roll table. What's it called? It's got a name. Well, anyway. So, eventually she gets demoralized, and then it starts to turn on Jarstakos, but Jarstakos does a Jarstakos has an actual allied spirit which does fanaticism on Arestra, so she gets canceled out. She attacks, got a special, the guy missed his parry, took his leg off, 27 points of damage. He's got no armor either, just body armor. I should have fixed that from the onset. But, they're bandits, and bandits in, PC bandits, so all I have is body armor. Actually, the scenario talks about them just having body armor. Yeah, I should have changed that. Anyway, empties the leg, he goes down, he's unconscious, he's incapacitated. Oh, he's not unconscious, he's incapacitated, he's bleeding out. That's a rule I put in. If you triple damage a limb, you're going to lose 1 point around, just like if you double in the head, chest, or abdomen. So he's losing a point around. And eventually, all the spirits get taken out. And Miriam starts pulling distracts a couple of them over. Juchi's the one who really got close to really being hurt by the disease spirits. And the description of disease spirits in the bestiary is really kind of clunky, right? So a disease spirit attacks you. It says the first attack, or the initial attack, is normal or regular or whatever, right? And then it says that there's a subsequent spirit combat opposed roll, and if that's successful, they pick up a disease at acute level. And then there's another one, if that's successful, meaning the spirit's more successful than the player, then that's the next level higher, and that's how it increases. But in the disease section, it talks about making con times 5 and con times 4. So I'm not sure how I feel about that. I may go right back to the con times stuff. Disease spirit comes in contact with you, it does spirit combat, you make a con times 5, plus it's doing magic point damage to you. Then of course, if it takes you all the way down to 0 and possesses your body, you're now diseased, and so anybody who comes in contact with you gives a chance of having disease. So I'm not sure exactly how to handle that just yet. It's something I'm going to be looking at, because it didn't feel right. And there's a whole thing that if you take a disease spirit down, you automatically get a 1 to 3 power point increase. Where'd that come from? Yeah, there's 16, 17 power, but I'm giving people an automatic power check from taking one out. But yeah, I don't know. Disease spirits. Oh, something else that I came across, because on a tie, even though the example in the tie is about critical successes, but on a tie you both do damage. But if somebody gets a special and you get a regular, the special wins, but it's doing special damage. And I'm thinking maybe it doesn't. That we do some kind of parity deal. So if you do a special and he gets a regular success, you still win, but you only do the difference, which was 1 success level. Now if you get a critical against a regular, that would be a special. Critical against a failure would be a critical. That's kind of, I'm thinking now, that's how I'm going to start handling it. In Spirit Combat, that way. So Spirit Combat, eventually start knocking spirits out. Bam, 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 bam. Takes them a while to get that to happen. Combat going in front, take the guy with the leg down, move forward, take out the guy with the spear. So there's one guy left, and at this point we're looking at 20 after midnight. And go, yeah, we should just quit here because there's something that's actually going on with one of the other guys, one of the bad guys that I need to be able to play in. And so rather than having this get complicated, we just paused it at that melee round. But everybody's been burning through their magic points, either casting spells or taking spirit combat damage. So they're all kind of hurting. And then there's the comment about, shunting, the shaman being able to shunt off his magic point damage onto the fetch, because the fetch and him are actually the same being, right? Rather than splitting off damage into a power storage crystal. No, you can't throw damage into a crystal. You can take magic points out to cast spells, but not to replenish yourself. So, yeah, it's kind of interesting. Anyway, they had to throw a couple of rune points and some other magic points. We had 2 players who didn't make it, so we kind of kept that to a minimum. Their activities are just kind of doing spirit combat, so I ended up doing the whole time. And that was it for tonight. Happy gaming.